Parents will not receive the $865 in school kids bonus payments after July, regardless of who wins the federal election. Labor today dumped its promise to restore it, Leader Bill Shorten calling it a difficult decision. As the coalition face some difficult questions over comments from Barnaby Joyce about Indonesia.
The Prime Minister and some prime beef. Live exports and a lively debate after Barnaby Joyce suggested Indonesia flooded Australia with asylum boats as payback for Labor suspending the cattle trade.
It was around about the same time that we started seeing a lot of people arriving in boats in Australia.
Barnaby Joyce is loose and dangerous.
Today, Mr Joyce tightened his line.
You don't fix one problem by creating another one.
Facing a stampede of questions, the Prime Minister stepped in.
Let me be quite clear about this. There is no link between the Indonesian government and people smuggling.
As questions were steered to local reporters.
Michael, speak up.
The big battles are in the cities, but Malcolm Turnbull knows he needs to win seats like this too if he's going to get the herd to follow him. Bill Shorten was in Darwin, where Nova Peris is no longer running for a Senate seat, her political career ending in tears.
Until you are an Aboriginal person, do not criticise me for the decisions I have made.
And Labor's David Feeney made things harder for Mr Shorten, leaving his party's talking points in a television studio finding their way into print.
I'm sure he's had a couple of rough days.
They reveal Labor won't rein in its spending for another 10 years.
Who knows what they'll do in government? Who knows how big the black hole will be?
That black hole claim is biting, forcing Labor to junk its opposition to the government's pension assets test changes and the axing of the school kids bonus.
Bowen and Shorten are changing their position on important economic priorities by the day.
We will have to make some difficult decisions.
A difficult day not helped by CFMEU Victorian Secretary John Setka, who likened the government's workplace policy to the Nazis.
Mr Shorten should disown that.
He did.
The comment speaks for itself. It's a stupid comment.
And after this advice from Barnaby Joyce...
You know what eating that is called? A possible end to your political career, mate.
Recalling this, Malcolm Turnbull wisely didn't bite.
And Mark Riley joins us from Brisbane tonight. Mark, you've been travelling with the leaders from the outset. What's the feeling there day in, day out on the ground?
Yeah, Mark, one of the great benefits of being out here on the campaign trail is that I get to speak to local members and candidates and electorates right around the country, and there's a general theme that's starting to emerge. Labor needs to win 20 seats if it's going to take government, and both sides concede that they can see the first half of those going to Labor, but the second 10 is very hard to see. Why? Well, there's a missing essential ingredient, and that's voter anger. It's just not there. It was when Tony Abbott was Prime Minister, and it has dissipated under Malcolm Turnbull. Without that, it's very hard to convince people to throw out a government. Now, for the most accurate and up-to-date read of what the electorate is thinking, see our exclusive 7 News Reach Tell poll, the third of the campaign, tomorrow night, Mark.
Righto, Mark Riley in Brisbane. Thank you.